Highway of Tears, a name that sends a shiver down the spine of anyone familiar with its haunting legacy. This infamous stretch of Highway 16 in British Columbia, Canada, winds through picturesque landscapes, yet harbors a dark and troubling history. Since 1969, what should have been a safe route for travelers has instead become a scene of tragedy, specifically for Indigenous women. This highway stretches from Prince George to Prince Rupert, covering over 700 kilometers, and has been the backdrop for an alarming number of disappearances and murders. The term Highway of Tears first entered the public consciousness in 1998 during a vigil held to honor the memory of missing and murdered women. The highway has over 40 officially recognized cases, though it's widely believed that many more have gone unreported and tragically unsolved. The victims are predominantly Indigenous women and girls, shining a stark light on broader societal issues of neglect, prejudice, and systemic inequality. The terrain surrounding this highway is remote and rugged, with dense forests concealing decades of secrets. Many travelers rely on hitchhiking as a means of transportation due to high levels of poverty and inadequate public services in these isolated communities. This vulnerability has made Indigenous women easy targets, with little immediate recourse or protections available. The heartbreaking stories of these women are more than just statistics. They represent lives brutally interrupted, lives full of potential, now reduced to unsolved mysteries and cold case files. Families left behind have been met with systemic indifference, often finding themselves advocating alone for justice and answers. In recent years, there have been various initiatives aiming to address the crisis. The establishment of a national inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada was a step toward greater awareness and accountability. Additionally, community-led groups and activist organizations have worked tirelessly to keep the memory of these women alive and to pressure government bodies for actionable change. Nonetheless, the road to justice remains fraught with obstacles. Policing and investigative approaches have faced criticism for their perceived apathy and inefficiency. Many cases have languished due to a lack of resources and persistent racial biases. Calls for improvements in infrastructure, such as better transportation options and increased police presence, echo through communities looking for ways to safeguard their residents. As awareness grows, so too does the resolve to prevent further tragedies. While the Highway of Tears stands as a grim testament to ongoing issues of violence and discrimination against Indigenous women, it also symbolizes a call to action. Society must confront these injustices and work collaboratively to ensure safety, justice, and equality for all. Only then can healing truly begin for the families and communities profoundly affected by these ongoing tragedies.